Well, it's the start of a two-week homestand as the Rush take on the Tahoe Night Monsters in an important two-game series here tonight at the Monument Ice Arena. Dave Smith, Rush head coach and GM alongside. All right, one quick thing. The Wichita series, a good first two games. You split the first two games. Third one gets at least a point stolen out of our hands. Just the mental hurdle of having to play so well and getting no points after very questionable calls at the end. I'll say it so you don't have to. How do you deal with that as a team that fought so hard to end up getting a couple of points stolen from them on Saturday?
Well, there's a lot of fight in our guys. You look at the things that we did well. I thought we played really good hockey for 50 minutes. There was about a 10-minute stretch there in the second period that, we gave up a couple goals. But you look at the positives, you identify, maybe some things that we can control. You can't control the officiating. You can't control certain parts of the game. And then you focus on building the good and eliminating the bad.
What did you like about your last two games in Wichita, the win on Friday and then what could have been at least a point on Saturday?
Yeah, I thought we really had a good high offensive guy that contributed to our transition game both ways, offensively and defensively, and we eliminated or at least reduced odd man rushes against. And I thought we played really good hockey the Friday and Saturday against a good Wichita team.
Yeah, how did you go from allowing all four of Wichita's goals in the first game, odd man rushes, nobody between them and the goaltender, to the exact opposite the last two games of the series?
Well, we didn't really change systems. We just emphasized what's important to our game, and the guys have to subscribe to that on a consistent basis, and they did that on Friday and Saturday.
You've seemed to value rest a lot more these last couple of weeks. You go Sunday travel, Monday no ice, Tuesday no ice with the base visit, and we'll talk about that in a second, but only two practices before this Friday-Saturday series. How much are you prioritizing just resting the body for this homestand?
Well, a lot, but there's a lot of 3-3, and when you play 3-3 at Allen, then you travel, you're on the road, you're disrupted schedules. Resting the body is really important, but I think the most important thing is resting their mind, resting their energy, of the mind and their excitement to come to the rink. And we've got a good run here that we've got to get hot, and Tahoe's right ahead of us in the standings. So resting the mind and the body has been important for us.
Yeah, mentally, what do you want them thinking about as they go into a couple off days this week?
Well, I want them energized to come to the rink and, be excited to be here, because that extra step, that physical and emotional and mental step means a lot to your game. If it's a burden to come to the rink, if you feel like, we're doing the same old, you're just not as sharp as you can be. So building that excitement by being away is important.
The base visit on Tuesday, that was your first time at Ellsworth, our second in the last 2 years. We got to see the B-1 Bombers that flew at the Super Bowl on Sunday as well. You hadn't done that before, and a lot of the guys on our team had not done that before, going year to year and all the roster changeover. What was that experience like for you?
Well, it was incredible to see the teamwork that goes into, just having one plane take off, and then the connectivity and the camaraderie that those units have, and obviously the intelligence of the aircraft and the intelligence of the pilots and all the different acronyms, like just the detail that goes into flying one plane, let alone all of them, and the elite status that those B-1 bombers have here at Ellsworth in our Rapid City community. To me, it was really ultra impressive.
You were talking a lot to the airmen that were there, anyone who you could, to, I'm sure, get some information. What'd you learn out there?
Well, my question, I wanted to know all of them, is how did they get there? What was their journey? What was their path? And, you hear that they're obviously driven and motivated and they have a passion, but it wasn't a straight line. It's not a straight line from wherever they were to being the pilot of a B-1 bomber or to be on the weapons, loading crew or any of those things. So that's what I was interested in.
All right, Tahoe coming up here for two games. You've done well against them this season, 5-1-1, but they're a good team, and they got a few really high-impact players back from the Vegas Golden Knights in the last week or so. What's the scouting report on them?
Well, they're really good in transition. They've got those two top lines that are very good. We've got to be at our best. I think the one thing that happened with us playing Tahoe is they jumped us early in the season, and we're really a good team, and we've had to scratch and claw and climb. We had a very successful road trip down there to Tahoe. Now we need to back that up with some home wins. We play them 7 times. They're ahead of us in the standings, so take it one step at a time here.
Hard to scoreboard watch with 28 games to go, but you can't help but look at it a little bit. These 7 head-to-head matchups with a team that's only 12 points ahead of you, that certainly means a lot down the stretch.
Yeah, it's everything. I mean, right now, with controlling our own destiny, the games against Tahoe are critical.
All right, 11 of 14 as well at home, including 5 in a row here. Looking to get the home record up. You know, this is kind of that stretch where, all right, if you go on a big run during these 2 homestands, the playoffs are certainly in sight.
You know, we've talked all year about, well, this is an opportunity, and every night is an opportunity. It's only 2 points, but when you step back and you see that 11 of 14 at home, it's one more opportunity, and our plan is to capitalize on it, to seize today, and not wonder what could have been. So tonight's a big night.